This video brings an urgent message that Jesus specifically wants you to hear before it's too late. He has been trying to warn you about police officers who are planning to come to your door, but he's concerned you might not recognize the spiritual signs behind this legal trouble. This isn't just another warning video. It's a divine revelation that could prevent your arrest. Jesus cares deeply about your freedom and would be heartbroken if you miss this critical message about the spiritual warfare targeting you through earthly authorities. The revelation you're about to receive has been carefully arranged to reach you at this exact moment before the arrest happens. There's a divine appointment happening right now as you watch. Don't scroll away, because what you're about to learn could completely change your legal situation and protect you from the trap that's being set against you through spiritual forces. This isn't ordinary legal trouble. It's a divine alert about a spiritual attack that's manifesting through earthly authorities who are planning to arrest you. Jesus has been watching your situation with loving attention, seeing both the earthly legal issues and the spiritual warfare behind them. Missing this particular warning could mean facing arrest without the divine intervention that's available to you right now. This message marks a limited time spiritual window that's opening to take action before the police arrive at your door. Jesus cares so deeply about your freedom that he would be genuinely worried if you failed to recognize this opportunity for divine legal protection. That's why this message found you today. Your attention to this video isn't by chance. It's a divinely orchestrated moment designed to help you see the spiritual battle happening behind your legal troubles. The arrest may seem inevitable from an earthly perspective, but Jesus has supernatural solutions that can change everything if you act on his guidance now. Every prayer you've whispered asking for protection from legal troubles has been heard. Every worried thought about law enforcement and potential arrest has been noticed. All the times you've wondered if God was still watching over you during these legal challenges, yet continued to trust him anyway, have been honored. Your fears about facing the justice system haven't gone unnoticed. Those moments when you felt targeted or unfairly treated by authorities, Jesus saw your distress. The times when your faith in divine justice felt weak while legal pressures mounted, yet you kept believing anyway. That persistence was recognized in heaven. The courage it took to maintain your integrity when everything around you suggested compromise has been deeply valued. The legal questions you've carried, sometimes too heavy to share with others, have all been acknowledged. Legal battles aren't always fair, and spiritual attacks through earthly systems aren't always obvious. Sometimes they require spiritual discernment to recognize what's really happening behind the scenes. Jesus understands this challenge, which is why he's making this divine solution so clear you can't possibly miss it. The warning sign Jesus wants you to recognize about this planned arrest appears in everyday moments, but is often overlooked because it seems too simple to be divine. Communication. This sign shows up in unexpected legal delays, missed calls from authorities, or dreams where you see yourself in handcuffs or courtrooms. It appears in repeated number patterns like 911, 333, or 777 that keep catching your attention throughout the day. This warning emerges in conversations where people mention police arrest or legal trouble without knowing your situation. It connects directly to the prayers you've been praying for legal protection and divine intervention. Jesus chose this particular warning sign because it speaks to your heart in a language only someone facing legal trouble would fully understand. The window to recognize these protective signs before the arrest happens won't remain open forever. That's why Jesus is concerned you might miss it. When you finally see the pattern, you'll know exactly what spiritual action to take to invoke divine protection over your legal situation before it's too late. When you recognize this warning from Jesus about your planned arrest, many confusing aspects of your legal situation will suddenly make perfect sense. Unexplained legal complications delays that seemed frustrating, and spiritual nudges to take certain actions will all connect in a beautiful moment of divine clarity about the spiritual warfare you're facing. Jesus has wonderful news for you today. Your legal situation is shifting through divine intervention, and important spiritual protections are activating around you now. The divine has noticed your faithfulness during legal pressure, and now you've been chosen to receive this special revelation about supernatural legal defense. This moment marks something significant in your relationship with divine justice. It's a clear indication that your spiritual authority over earthly systems is growing stronger every day. Something incredibly powerful is unfolding in your legal protection, far beyond what earthly lawyers or courts could provide. The recognition of this warning begins a spiritual awakening that will touch every area of your life, transforming how you view authority, justice, and God's power over earthly legal systems. There's a wave of heavenly attention surrounding your legal case right now. You're becoming more spiritually attuned to divine justice, naturally drawing supernatural legal protection into your daily experience. Recognizing this sign about your planned arrest brings heightened awareness of Jesus' authority over earthly police and court systems. More spiritual insights about handling legal matters will begin flowing to you than ever before. This isn't happening by chance. It's a carefully arranged blessing designed specifically for this legal challenge you're facing. Your prayers for divine intervention in legal matters matter more than you realize. Your faith in God's justice over earthly courts inspires heaven to move on your behalf. Your trust makes a difference in the spiritual atmosphere around your legal situation. This divine warning shows that Jesus deeply values your reliance on His authority rather than earthly legal systems. Each time you've chosen faith over fear during legal pressure has developed your spiritual authority for this moment. Jesus delights when you recognize His intervention in legal matters. Before earthly solutions fail you, the timing of this warning about your rest is no coincidence. It comes now because you're spiritually ready to invoke divine legal protection. This precise moment has been divinely chosen because you've grown in faith and understanding of spiritual authority over earthly systems. Your spiritual eyes are now open enough to see the warfare that might have been invisible to you before. Your heart has been prepared through previous encounters with authority. Your wisdom about spiritual battles has deepened through experience with legal pressure. Your soul is now equipped to receive this divine legal intervention more clearly than ever before. All the legal challenges you've faced have been preparation for recognizing divine protection when it's offered. Nothing in your journey with legal troubles has been wasted. Every experience has shaped your ability to recognize supernatural solutions when they appear. This particular warning about planned arrest connects to larger spiritual movements of divine justice happening right now. Jesus is revealing similar legal protection to those who are spiritually alert and ready to claim their divine rights over earthly authority. If you're feeling blessed by this divine revelation about legal protection, please consider sending a super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or more to support our channel's mission of sharing these important messages about spiritual authority over earthly systems. Your generosity helps these divine insights reach those who desperately need supernatural legal protection. When you give, you participate in a sacred exchange that allows us to continue creating content connecting people with heaven's authority over earthly legal troubles in these challenging times. As you begin to recognize this warning from Jesus about your planned arrest, new spiritual authority will naturally develop in your life. This clearer vision of divine justice brings new responsibilities, not just to protect yourself, but to help everyone God places in your path who might be facing similar legal spiritual warfare. Don't view these responsibilities as burdens, but as sacred opportunities to participate in Jesus' work of divine justice. This revelation signals it's time to step into spiritual maturity. As someone who understands heaven's authority over earthly legal systems, finding balance becomes essential during this legally challenging time. While acting on this divine protection from arrest, remember to nurture your practical faith through prayer, scripture, and wise legal counsel when appropriate. These spiritual disciplines have shaped your character and will continue to support you as you grow into this expanded role as someone who walks in supernatural legal authority. Jesus is inviting you to become more than just a receiver of divine protection, but someone who helps others claim their spiritual rights too. As you become sensitive to this divine warning about planned arrest, think about how you can help others who are missing similar signs about their own legal troubles. Your experience shows that Jesus constantly intervenes in legal matters, even when we fail to recognize his supernatural authority over earthly systems. Heaven witnesses every moment when someone chooses divine justice over earthly legal solutions. Your story of receiving this warning brings hope to people feeling powerless against legal systems, or wondering if God still intervenes in court cases today. Your awareness becomes a light that helps others develop eyes to see Jesus' authority over police, judges, and legal proceedings. This warning about your arrest isn't meant to be a private blessing. It's an invitation to help others experience the same divine legal protection. Jesus often works through those who have recently experienced his legal intervention to help awaken others who are still relying only on earthly lawyers and legal strategies. Your newfound spiritual authority serves as both personal protection and ministry opportunity to help others facing similar legal spiritual warfare. As you navigate this new level of spiritual authority over legal matters, stay consistently alert for continued spiritual warfare. Jesus reminds you that while preventing one arrest through divine intervention is wonderful, it's just the beginning of a lifetime of walking in supernatural legal protection. Maintain the spiritual sensitivity that allowed you to recognize this warning about police coming to your door in the first place. Guard against returning to fear and anxiety that opens doors for legal attacks in the future. Let your spiritual authority continue to flow from genuine faith and daily attention to Jesus' guidance over your legal affairs. With this new ability to recognize spiritual warfare in legal matters comes ongoing responsibility to remain watchful and responsive. Use this gift wisely to discern true divine warnings from ordinary worry about legal consequences. Not every legal concern requires spiritual intervention, but Jesus will make truly important warnings unmistakable. Embrace this journey of divine legal protection with both humility and confidence, showing others that walking in spiritual authority comes from staying connected to Jesus daily through prayer and obedience. Picture a future where you consistently walk in divine legal protection that prevents any unjust arrest or legal trouble. Imagine supernatural favor with police officers, judges, and legal authorities who find themselves unable to move against you without divine permission. Your understanding of heavenly legal authority expanding beyond anything you've experienced before. Jesus stands with you, encouraging you to embrace this journey of spiritual legal immunity with complete trust in his power over earthly systems. This is truly your moment to experience deeper divine connection through recognizing his authority over police, courts, and legal proceedings that try to come against the innocent. This marks the beginning of a time when your spiritual authority, legal wisdom, and heart will be more aligned with heaven's justice system than ever before. Accept this blessing with gratitude, and remember that you're surrounded by divine legal protection on this journey of walking in supernatural immunity. The path ahead holds countless opportunities to experience Jesus' authority through legal situations that will resolve in your favor as you maintain faith in his divine justice system. If this message about divine legal protection has awakened something powerful in your spirit, please consider blessing our channel with a super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or whatever amount feels right to you. Your support creates a beautiful spiritual exchange and allows us to continue sharing these divine revelations about supernatural authority over earthly legal systems with those who need protection. Your generosity helps fund our mission to help others recognize when Jesus is intervening in their legal situations during these challenging times. If you're ready to acknowledge that you're walking in divine legal immunity and will not be arrested, type 999 in the comments below as your declaration of spiritual legal authority. The journey of walking in divine legal protection continues beyond this revelation about the planned arrest. As you step into new spiritual authority over earthly legal systems, stay grounded in Scripture and prayer that keeps your discernment sharp and your legal immunity active. Every warning you recognize about legal troubles could be the exact information someone else has been waiting to see about their own situation with authorities. Your growing spiritual sensitivity to divine justice serves as inspiration for others, wondering if Jesus still intervenes in court cases and police matters today. Move forward with an attentive heart, a watchful mind, and a responsive spirit ready to claim divine protection. When legal challenges arise, create opportunities for others to recognize supernatural legal authority as you enjoy the protection and favor coming your way. The spiritual language of divine justice has always been part of how Jesus protects those who trust in His authority over earthly systems. By choosing to believe in supernatural legal protection, you join a long tradition of faithful believers who have experienced divine intervention in legal matters throughout history. Remember that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment shall be condemned. This is your heritage as a servant of the Lord, and your righteousness comes from Jesus, not from earthly legal systems.